the third critical choice I made was to build trust first in myself. I mean, Brenda, there was a time where I didn't trust myself at all. So I had to first inspire trust within myself and then learn how to inspire the trust of others. I've since learned that I continuously have to build trust in myself. So here you are, this beautiful, successful, professional executive. Has there been a time that you've had to build trust in yourself? And if so, how did you do it?
Yeah, I think so. Earlier in my career, I had a first marriage and a pretty, from my experience, horrible first marriage. And after I left that marriage was a time when my self-esteem, my confidence, everything was at an all-time low. And it took a lot for me to really dig out from that. And I would have probably started a business earlier and had the confidence to go out and do that. Had I not, I had the safety net of working for a really big company where that was protective from that environment. And I think I would have followed my passion earlier had I had the confidence to do it earlier. But that I really had to build that trust back in myself that I could be successful, coming out of a relationship where I felt very unsuccessful. And then, I think, got married again. I've been married over, almost 28 years, trust in others and, trust in myself that then I could be successful and had the confidence and the resilience, frankly. Sorry, dog barking.
Oh, if it's not your dog, it's going to be my dog or my 11-year-old son. So I'm good if you're good.
But I would say that generally, I think about younger folks and the really horrible times build the two things that are critical for success in my mind are resilience and resourcefulness. And that's where I think people just need grit. And if you have grit and that hardship makes you stronger, I see that driving lots of people's success. And so even with my own kids, really try not to protect them from things that could build that resourcefulness and resilience. It's like, figure it out. And I think that there's maybe a little bit less of that culture today than there used to be of fostering that just necessity for resourcefulness. And my kids are like, I have less than $100 in my bank account. I go, I remember when I was scrounging through my drawers for a nickel or a quarter so I could put some gas in the car. Like,
totally.
Like you need to feel that, like, hardship.
It's hard. It's hard. Though, right? Because we've provided our children things that perhaps we didn't have, and I constantly fight this struggle of, oh my gosh, what am I not teaching my kids by the fact that they do have $100? They never have to worry about not having $100 in there.
Well, and I say that I will always be a safety net, but I am not, right? I'm not enabling you to not figure out your life for yourself.
Okay, so here's the flip to the question. How do people inspire your trust?
Transparency, following through on what they say they're going to do. I like people who argue well. So if you know me, I have strong opinions. I have strong opinions loosely held. So I love it when groups of smart people get together and they have constructive, often heated discussions about how to get to the best outcome. I appreciate that, and that builds trust for me more so than someone says, oh, okay, you have this strong opinion, I'm going to go execute on that opinion. So trust is showing up, being very human and humble, being transparent, following through on what you say you're going to do, and then expressing your opinion about something that we may or may not disagree on, but that allows for an honest, productive discourse.
It's awesome. And many people shy away from that. Yes. So maybe embrace that. If you shy away from it, listen to Brenda and just even embrace practice
No,
doing
and
it.
I think that's the other piece is feedback is a gift, and people are really uncomfortable giving feedback, and they're really it's hard to get feedback, but feedback is a gift. And so I think that the more we can give each other real-time feedback and as close to whatever that event that caused the feedback is, the better. Not in an annual review, not in, every 6 months or even every quarter, but it's, if you view feedback as a learning opportunity and assume good intent about helping that individual, or even the feedback that I get helping me be better, I think that's another piece that builds trust.
When I was going on my journey to build trust, I learned that if you do the little things great things can happen. And so I didn't ask you this when we were talking before, but is there a little thing, a small thing that you do consistently that has helped you build trust in yourself or inspire the trust of others? Just something that you do or have done that's kind of small, but you do it consistently.
I think I tend to recognize people. I say thank you. I recognize them. Even within our team here, we created a little award called the Dolphin Award. And it's because we did an offsite in South Carolina, and we saw dolphins, and we started talking about dolphins versus sharks and how dolphins behave, and we protect the pod and help each other fish. And so we actually created a little award that we give to people for sort of embodying the team norms in my team. And it's not an individual award. It's if we get up to 20 different awards across the team, then everybody gets rewarded. Everybody gets swag. So I think it's that appreciation. People will do a lot, and I will do a lot just for a little appreciation when you think about that. So I think it's partly building trust, but partly just for the very small things, just saying thank you. And I appreciate you. And that goes a long way. And I think we need more of that in our personal and professional life.
Thank you for joining me for our Choose and Become interview series. You could find this episode and others at trishkendall.com. Just go to trishkendall.com/choose-become-interview-series. Or if you have a question or just want to leave a comment, email me, trish@trishkendall.com.